Alright, let me share my screen first. Sendok di sana. Okay, I'm so sorry. Okay, is my screen already there on yours? Okay. Okay. Can you see my screen already?
Yes,
Sure.
Miss. Yes.
Okay, great. So I'm so sorry there is a revision on the syllabus, yeah. So there is no review, but we change into another material. This is about wound care, ya. Jadi meeting 8, ini meeting 7 ya. Meeting 7 tidak ada review, tapi maju satu meeting kita akan bahas wound care ya. So I guess you already learn about this in your class, but we're now trying to to learn about it in English ya. Okay, so this is basically about wound care, and in this meeting we will learn types of wound and also the equipment used in doing wound care ya. Jadi di meeting ke-7 ini kita akan fokus pada tipe-tipe luka. Juga kita akan belajar bagaimana kita akan belajar equipments and the related verbs ya. Jadi alat-alat dan juga vocabulary yang berkaitan dengan wound care atau perawatan luka. Okay, now let's see here. We continue to slide 2. Oh, let me make it into slideshow. Nah, here you are. So, basically we can categorize wound into 3 categories. Yeah, the first one is based on the time healing. Second one is based on the appearance, and the third one is based on the cleanliness. Nah, let's see the types of wound based on time healing. Jadi berdasarkan lamanya waktu perawatan ya. So here we have acute and chronic ya. So what about the appearance? Wound based on the appearance, we have open and closed. Jadi ada luka yang terbuka dan tertutup ya. And then the last one based on the cleanliness. Nah, apa itu cleanliness? Clean is bersih ya. Cleanliness means kebersihan. Jadi tipe luka berdasarkan kebersihannya. So we have clean wound and contaminated wound. Okay, now let's listen and repeat after me together ya. Wound.
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 Jadi bacanya wound ya. Wound. Next one we have acute.
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 Yes. Next, chronic.
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 Open,
Open.
closed.
Closed. Closed.
Yes, D-nya kedengeran ya. Listen again. Closed.
Closed.
Close.
Next, clean,
Clean.
contaminated.
Contaminated.
Yes. Now let's see here ya. Based on the time healing, lamanya waktu. If the time is short, is it acute or chronic?
Acute.
Acute, yes. If the time is long, so the wound takes longer than expected, so we say chronic ya. Okay, next one. Let's see the characteristics of wound. What is it? Ciri-ciri luka ya. Nah, we have the types of wound based on the characteristics. The first one is incision. Repeat after me together. Incision.
Incision.
Yes. Abrasion.
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 Laceration. Okay. Laceration.
Laceration.
Puncture.
Puncture.
Contusion.
Contusion.
Gunshot.
Gunshot.
Burn.
Burn.
Yes. So how many are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, 7 types of wound. Okay, and they are all different. Depends on the causes ya. Jadi berbeda karena penyebab dan ciri-cirinya juga berbeda. So let's see incision. The cause is sharp edge or blade. Jadi incision disebabkan oleh the thing with sharp edge or blade. Jadi benda yang pinggirannya itu sharp. Apa itu sharp? Tajam.
Runcing.
Atau runcing boleh. Or blade. What is blade? Blade, pisau ya. So for example, if you have incision, incision means it's like a cut. Jadi luka ini ya, luka kayak teriris ya, terpotong, teriris. So it is because of sharp edge or blade. Biasanya disebabkan oleh benda yang pinggirannya tajam atau bisa disebabkan oleh ini blade, pisau ya, benda-benda tajam. And then the characteristic. Let's see the characteristic, ciri-cirinya ya. If you have incision, it is single clean wound. Jadi lukanya itu bersih dan hanya satu ya. And then profuse bleeding. Still remember what is bleeding?
Berdarah.
Berdarah berarti pendarahan. And then profuse. Anyone knows profuse? Anyone knows? What is the meaning of profuse bleeding? Pendarahan yang seperti apa? Profuse.
Putus-putus, Miss.
Oh, putus-putus.
Kabel in sinyal.
Ya, sinyalnya kurang bagus ya. Oke. Is it now clear enough? Sekarang sudah jelas?
In here clear, Miss.
Oh, I see. Berarti tempat siapa tadi yang sinyalnya jelek? Tempatnya Azia?
Farid
Bukan. Oh,
Gani.
Farid Gani. I see. Farid Gani di mana, Farid?
Lancar, Miss, lancar. Di kosan, Miss.
Oh, di kosan.
In
Oke.
boarding.
Oke, in a boarding house. Oh, so you already in Purwokerto? Udah pada di Purwokerto nih?
Yes,
Miss.
all.
I see. So you guys are joining Porseni this month?
Yes, Miss.
Oke, good. Ikut Porseni ya? Atau malah udah persiapan mau ikut Porseni? Udah pada latihan?
Belum ada pengumuman untuk perseni.
Oh, belum ada? Oh, I see. I thought it is already karena sudah banyak persiapan. Okay then. So here we have the characteristic of incision ya. Luka, it's like a cut ya. Jadi teriris atau terpotong. So the causes, penyebabnya adalah benda dengan apa tadi? Ujung yang tajam ya. Oke.
Lancip.
Lancip. Nah, what about the characteristic of wound? Ciri-cirinya apa? Kalau misalnya kita kena incision, woundnya itu cuma satu dan single dan clean ya, bersih. Kemudian, ada profuse bleeding. Apa itu profuse? Ada yang tahu arti dari profuse?
Perdarahan yang
Yes, pendarahan yang
hebat.
hebat. Okay, yes. So profuse means hebat, terus menerus ya, keluarnya banyak. And then the next one is abrasion. Nah, kalau abrasion misalnya kalian jatuh dari motor kemudian terkena aspal. Nah, so the cause is rough surface. Jadi permukaan yang kasar. Rough is kasar. Misalnya aspal tadi ya. So in bahasa Indonesia abrasion means what is it called? Luka gores ya. So here the characteristic for abrasion is multiple minor wounds to surface of the skin only. Jadi biasanya lukanya itu kecil ya, dan biasanya ada banyak. Okay, and usually it happens to the surface of the skin only. Jadi lukanya itu hanya terjadi pada permukaan kulit saja, nggak sampai ke dalam. That's abrasion. Next is laceration. Nah, dulu semester berapa? Semester 6 berarti ya. EFN 1. Nah, kalian pernah belajar sign and symptoms. Sign and symptoms atau apa ya? Lupa. Health illness. Nah, ada lacerated hand. Nah, udah pernah belajar lacerated ya. Ada kata laceration. Jadi lukanya itu biasanya lebih besar daripada incision ya. So it is multiple sharp edges or points. Biasanya disebabkan oleh benda yang pinggirnya itu tajam dan bergerigi misalnya. Nah, multiple sharp or points. Jadi bendanya itu misalnya bergerigi. Misalnya kayak what is it? What is it? Misalnya apa?
Gergaji mesin.
Yes, gergaji mesin. Great. That's multiple sharp edges ya. And then now let's see the characteristic of the wound. Kalau tadi incision karena dia runcing atau pinggirannya itu tajam ya, halus. Nah, biasanya dia hanya ada satu lukanya. But for laceration usually it has multiple wounds ya. And maybe with tearing of tissues. Biasanya jaringannya juga ikut sobek ya, tearing of tissues. And then puncture, for example, when you step down the nail. Nah, kalian nginjek apa tadi? Nail. How do you say nail in bahasa Indonesia?
Paku.
Paku, yes, paku. Nah, that's puncture ya. Jadi luka tusuk ya. It is because of thin knife, pisau yang kecil ya, atau pointed object, benda yang what is it called? Pointed. Ujungnya itu lancip. Nah, for example, nail or maybe paku or maybe a pencil. Pencil bisa juga ya, pensil.
Jarum.
Kan, jarum, yes. How do you say jarum in English? Needle ya. Nah, needle. And usually the characteristic of puncture is small but deep wound. Jadi lukanya itu apa? Small, kecil, tapi deep. What is deep? Dalam, yes. And then minimal external bleeding. Jadi pendarahannya minimal karena permukaannya kecil tadi ya. And then the next one is contusion. Nah, it is because you got hit by blunt object or surface. Misalnya kalau kalian kena pinggiran meja. Kaki kalian kena kayu or maybe kena apa ya? Pohon, nabrak pohon. Nah, that's blunt object atau palu ya. Nah, that's blunt object. Jadi benda yang tumpul. So it is because of blunt object or surface. Jadi benda dengan permukaan yang tumpul. That will make a contusion. So you will get swollen leg, swollen. Sorry. How do you say memar in English? Anyone else? Siapa yang masih ingat memar? A bruise ya. Nah, pernah denger ya semester 6 kemarin? Bruise. B-R-U-I-S-E. Nah, I've got a bruise on my leg. What is it? I got hit by a a wood, for
Kepacu.
example. Atau kesandung, yes. So you say you've got a bruise. Nah, jadi kita mendapatkan apa? Memar ketika kita terkena benda yang permukaannya tumpul. Nah, that's contusion ya, memar. So the skin unbroken but bleeding into tissue causing bruising. Jadi pendarahannya itu masih berada di dalam jaringan ya, belum sampai keluar. Jadi tidak ada darah, darahnya hanya ada di dalam. And then the next one is gunshot. Nah, usually if the criminal tries to run from the policeman, yeah, so the policeman will will shoot the criminal using a gun. Nah, so that's gunshot. Jadi tembakan ya, tembakan peluru. Nah, so the causes is the bullet. Bullet is peluru. Bullet or similar projectile ya. And usually the characteristic of the gunshot is small entry wound. Jadi lukanya itu lukanya itu kecil ya, lubang masuk lukanya itu kecil, but there is an extensive tissue damage. Tapi kerusakan jaringan itu ekstensif ya, karena dia bisa masuk sekali ke dalam. And then what about the burn? Nah, burn, for example, because of the heat, maybe when you are in Africa, or maybe you are doing Hajj or Umroh ya, in Saudi Arabia, for example, and Makkah, so you will get burn because of the heat. It is more than 40 degrees Celsius over there. Karena di sana biasanya 40 derajat Celsius ya. Jadi you will get burn. Nah, kalian akan mendapatkan luka bakar. It is because of the temperature, suhu. Or maybe because of the electricity, listrik ya. Or maybe because of the chemical substance. Jadi benda-benda kimia. For example, apa ya yang biasa banyak di kasus-kasus itu, orang itu ada yang jalan kemudian dilempar pakai cairan apa ya yang membuat muka itu jadi rusak. How do you say it? Cairan apa ya biasanya ya? Kalau
Setia Novanto.
What is it, Kiri Andra?
Yang dilempar Setia Novanto.
Oh, Setia Novanto. Oh, iya, saya lupa yang polisi itu, yang matanya kemudian jadi rusak karena dia siram cairan apa ya? Cairan apa? Saya lupa namanya. I forgot the name of
Air keras, Miss.
Ya apa? Air keras.
Air keras.
Asam
chlorida.
I see. So chloric acid ya. Okay.
H2SO4.
Oh, H2SO4. Whatever ya.
Yes.
Whatever lah. I do not know. But that's the chemical substance which cause the burn feeling on our skin ya. And usually the characteristic of burn is redness. Jadi kulitnya akan kemerahan ya. And then broken skin forms thickness. Jadi kerusakan pada jaringan kulit yang membentuk thickness. Jadi jaringan kulitnya jadi lebih tebal. And then sometimes it causes blisters. Anyone knows blisters? Blister itu kalau keluar yang bulat-bulat, bulat-bulat di ini ya, bulat-bulat di kulit. Nah, that's blister. Kemudian keluar cairan nanah. Nah, that's blister. Okay. So this is the characteristic of wound ya. Ada incision, abrasion, laceration, puncture, contusion, gunshot, and burn. Nah, this is the example. This is the example of incision ya. And then it is abrasion. And here is laceration. Nah, ini puncture. Ketusuk apa itu? Paku ya. With a nail. And then contusion. Nah, you can see the bruised skin here. The bruise over his stomach ya. And then okay, that's it. Okay, and then assessing wound. Okay, so how do you assess wound? Yeah, if you are going to know whether the patient has got wound or not, or you want to know the type of wound that the patient suffer from, you can see or you can do the physical examination. And first, you will check the size of wound, the location, and you will see the surrounding skin. And then maybe you're going to do the exudate. Ada yang tahu exudate? Anyone knows? Pernah dengar kata exudate? So exudate means you are trying to discharge the water from the wound. Jadi kadang luka itu ada cairannya ya. Nah, untuk ketika kalian sedang mengecek luka, kalian juga bisa melakukan exudasi ya. You exudate, it means you remove or you try to discharge the water from the wound. Jadi kita ngambil cairan yang ada di lukanya. That's exudate. And then you also check whether there is infection or not. Jadi dicek apakah ada infeksi atau tidak. And of course, because it is wound ya, biasanya akan terasa sakit. So you will check the pain, the severity, skalanya berapa misalnya. Then after that, you check the event leading to the wound. Okay, so you try to ask the patient, how did the patient get this wound? Okay, so it is about the nature of the wound and the time, how and when. Jadi kenapa bisa mendapatkan luka ini dan kemudian kapan mendapatkan luka ini. So you try to take the information from the patient. And then number 3 is asking about past medical history. Kenapa? Karena biasanya luka itu berhubungan dengan infeksi ya. And then also the medical illness. Karena kalau darah keluar, mungkin kalau orang itu terkena penyakit yang menular. Nah, so that will be dangerous for both the patient and also the health professionals. Or maybe you as the nurse, yeah. So here we check the past medical history, whether the patient has got the tetanus immunization or not, and then whether the patient has medical illnesses like malnutrition, diabetes, and HIV, yeah, AIDS. And then you also ask about smoking history. And then here is the wound first aid. Jadi pertolongan pertama pada luka ya. So first of all, you do this activity. Wash your hands, stop the bleeding, clean the wound, apply antibiotic, cover the wound, change the dressing. Nah, dressing means perban ya. And then get the tetanus shot and watch for signs of infection, whether there is or not infection because of that wound ya. Apakah ada infeksi atau tidak karena luka tersebut. And then factors delaying wound healing. Jadi ada faktor-faktor yang menghambat penyembuhan luka. The first one is malnutrition, kekurangan nutrisi. That's why when the patient has got a surgery, so the patient is suggested to eat fish ya. Nah, kalau sekarang pasien itu disarankan untuk makan ikan apa itu namanya, ikan gabus apa ya? Atau how do you say it in bahasa Indonesia? Kalau ikan apa tuh? Kutuk. Kalau di tempat saya namanya kutuk. Pernah dengar kata kutuk? Ikan gabus yang hidup di sungai-sungai, tidak dipelihara ya, tapi memang hidup liar di sungai. What is it? It has lots of nutrition and it is good to cover the wound ya. Bagus sekali untuk menutup luka. So that's why if the patient has malnutrition, it is very difficult for him to get fast recovery, ya, from the wound. And then the next one is reduced blood supply. Nah, apa ini reduced blood supply? Jadi supply darah yang berkurang, kekurangan darah ya, karena biasanya setelah terluka itu kita bisa kehilangan banyak darah. And then number 3 is NSAID and corticosteroids medication. Nah, ini jenis-jenis obat. Ada yang tahu NSAID? Anyone knows? Harus tahu ya. What is NSAID?
Non-steroid.
Steroid.
A-nya apa?
Anti-inflammation.
Inflammatory drug. Yes, okay. Non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drug. Jadi obat-obatan anti-inflamasi non-steroid ya. So usually it is to decrease the pain ya. Biasanya untuk mengurangi rasa sakit ya. Is it correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Can you give me the examples? Ada yang tahu? The examples of NSAID?
Dexamethasone,
Okay, ada lagi yang lain?
Ibuprofen.
Ibuprofen, yes, good. What about the next one? The next one is corticosteroid medication. Nah, kalau yang corticosteroid berarti yang mengandung steroid ya. So it's also used for anti-inflammation, untuk anti-inflamasi. And then the next factor which delay the wound healing is chemotherapy and radiotherapy. And then psychological stress and lack of sleep. Kalau stres secara psikologi ya, and lack of sleep, kekurangan tidur. Nah, kekurangan tidur juga bisa menyebabkan penyembuhan luka jadi terhambat lebih lama ya. And then number 7 is obesity, obesitas ya. If you are overweight. And then infection, and then reduced wound temperature. Jadi turunnya suhu luka. And then number 10 is diseases. Kalau si pasien menderita penyakit, for example diabetes mellitus and also autoimmune disorder ya. Nah, sekarang banyak sekali orang-orang yang terkena ini ya, penyakit autoimmune ya. Okay, so that's very dangerous ya. And then number 11 is inappropriate wound management. Jadi perawatan luka yang kurang tepat. Yang ada nggak cepat sembuh malah bikin problem yang lain ya. And then immobility. Nah, immobility means when you are unable to be mobile. Ketika kalian tidak bisa bergerak kemana-mana ya. That's immobility. And then the last one is alcohol and smoke. Okay, so that will delay also the wound healing ya. Alkohol dan cigarette smoke. Makanya tadi ditanyakan apakah punya riwayat atau kebiasaan merokok. Nah, karena ternyata merokok bisa menghambat penyembuhan luka dengan cepat. Nah, and then the most common wound complications. So complication that can happen because of the wound is infection, inflammation. Nah, infection tahu ya, infeksi, inflammation, inflamasi ya, it becomes reddish ya, biasanya memerah. And then scarring, radang ya, ada peradangan. And then scarring, anyone know scarring? Dari kata scar,
Luka.
yes, scarring. Jadi ada bekas luka. Nah, ada bekas luka, for example seperti salah satunya kalau kena knalpot. Terus keloid. Nah, keloid biasanya kan kalau ada luka tapi kemudian nutupnya nggak bagus ya. Nah, itu bisa menimbulkan scarring, bekas luka. Misalnya tadi apa? Keloid ya. And then number 4 is loss of function. Jadi fungsi tubuh yang berkurang karena komplikasi atau luka tersebut. Nah, I guess this is the knowledge that you know more as a nursing student ya. Ini pasti kalian sudah banyak tahu tentang ini.